we're back as for some more Pizza Eaters franchise. As the Pizza Eaters are tied with Atlanta for third in the NL East currently. And the bullpen has been rather good in the last 4 games. And it looks like we have some movement in the top prospects because Tony Kramer was number 1. He is now down to number 6 after starting off the year pretty slow overall. David Santana is looking like he needs to get called up to AAA. And unfortunately, Marcus Sanchez isn't quite ready to get promoted to the majors yet. Depending on where Santana is. I don't remember how old he is. Ramon Noodles is starting to come down a little bit. He was at 340 about 2 weeks ago. Filippo Sixto is overall ready to be promoted, but his stats are not showing that he's ready. So he might need another year in the minors. He's not looking like he's gonna get a promotion. Ezra Angeles is probably gonna get a promotion in September, because I know he's overall ready, and his ERA is not looking bad. So, and then Shane Gingerich has an outside chance of getting a promotion as well. I believe he's 22, was the number 1 overall pick a couple years ago. I believe it was the 28 draft. He was the draft after Cannoli's draft. So, let's get started here. As this is game 2, we're going with Adam Mazier, maybe. This is only his 5th game starting. I started him in the bullpen, but was not a fan of how the 5th spot in the rotation was going, so decided to give him a shot. As Corbin Carroll leads off for Atlanta. And he's down on strikes for out number 1.
That's the ball.
Joseph Ortiz. Not a lot of power, but making good, solid contact.
Yes.
Looks at strike 2. And flies out to Cannoli for out number 2. I believe that's Cannoli. Julio Rodriguez hitting 303.
Strike 2.
Swings
1 ball, 2 strikes.
at strike 2.
Ball.
Just a little high.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Ball.
And we got a full count.
2 strikes.
And a ground ball to first. Steps on the bag for out number 3. As we head to the bottom half. Pizza Eaters on deck. Isaiah Lowe, his 10th start of the season. Not the greatest stats in the world. Pretty high walk rate. We'll see what the Pizza Eaters can do here. As Justin Crawford steps in.
Ball. Ball 3.
And it's a 3-1 count.
Hup.
Swing
3-2.
and a miss. And he lost them. Justin Crawford reaches base. Oli Cannoli had a homer in his last game.
No, that's a ball.
Is currently, I believe, 3rd in RBIs in the league. And also leading Rookie of the Year voting. As he pops that one up behind the plate. Looking like it's gonna go out of bounds, and it does. And a long, deep fly ball. It's got a chance. Oh my lord, 490 feet. The longest hit so far. Or tied for the longest one hit so far this year. As Villaforte gets in on the hit parade. Pizza Eaters are up 2-0 and threatening for more. Mashed Tater having a bit of a down sophomore season. And he is the first out of the inning. Dunkin' Donuts is number 2 in the Rookie of the Year voting. Trying to keep pace with Oli Cannoli, who is absolutely destroying the ball. As he misses that one for out number 2. Jake Berger, in the last year of his contract, I made sure to check, could be an interesting trade block candidate, seeing as he's mostly been the DH this season. And we'll talk more about him later. As we head to the second, Pizza Eaters jump on the Braves early with a 2-0 lead. As Anthony Santander, not having a great year, steps in. And with that swing, I can see why.
2-2.
Yes, it's a 2-2 count. And he is down on strikes. Adam Mazier. I'm not 100% sure how to say his last name. Gives up a single to Jazz Chisholm Jr. It's Jordan Walker. It's a pop out, or a fly out.
On the tag.
And he tries to take second, but is thrown out for the final out of the inning. As Atlanta squanders a base runner. And we head to the bottom half for Robert Kyle. And a hard hit ball down into the corner. It gets down for a leadoff double. Robert Kyle filling in nicely for Jared Hennessy, who is on the IL. Jordan
One
Beck
ball, 2 strikes.
platooning with Griffin Conine.
Ball.
Still has, I believe, 3 years of control left, while Conine is on his final year, looking to potentially take everyday reps here. And he gives that one a ride, but just shy of the warning track, it is caught for out number 1, with the runner advancing to third. Carson Williams, a trade acquisition just before the month of May, has come in and been on fire here recently, with 2 homers in his last 4 games.
Ball.
And hitting over 300. Finally trying to stabilize the shortstop position, which has been suffering since the first season
Full count.
of existence for the Pizza Eaters. But he grounds out, and he drives in a run with that ground out. Pizza Eaters now lead 3-0.
3 balls, 1
As
strike.
Justin Crawford comes back in for his second plate appearance. And he singles up the middle for a 2-out single. They'll have to watch out for the steal. He's the current team leader in steals. Oli Cannoli with a massive 2-run homer in the first inning. And that pitch gets by him. Justin Crawford will move up to second. As Cannoli looks in. And he'll ground out to first to end the second inning. But the Pizza Eaters add on 1 more run. It's now 3-0. Carlos Jimenez
Nope. Ball 2.
looks at a pitch that was definitely a strike, but apparently that ump does not think so.
That's a ball.
Falling behind in the count.
That's high. Ball 4.
And
Take
he
a base.
takes a walk on a couple questionable pitches there. As Francisco Lindor
Hup.
is
1 ball, 3
swinging
strikes.
and missing.
Two balls, 2 strikes.
He's now in his 16th year in the big leagues. And he grounds it into left field for a single. Now there's 2 on and nobody out for Hunter Goodman Let's see if Adam Mazer can get out of this. And we got a pop-up. Out the left field. Can only got it. One down. Corbin Carroll fouls that one off. Got a 2-2 count. And it's caught looking for the second out. He really needed that.
Nope, that's away.
As Joseph Ortiz looks to drive in a run, but he lines out to Mashed Tater to end the top half of the third as we head to the bottom half. Still 3-0. Villafuerte slowly inching up his average.
2-2. That's a ball. Count full.
Slowly getting back into form. With the grounder to second.
Out.
On the first for the first out. Mashed Tater looking to mash a tater.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
But unfortunately, he just flies out for the second out. Here comes Dunkin' Donuts. And he flies out to center field for the third out. And we're headed to the fourth. Score unchanged. Julio Rodriguez up for his second plate appearance. And he pops up in the infield as Mashed Tater makes a catch for out number 1. Santander is swinging at everything. But he definitely got a hold of that one. That thing is gone. 417. His 11th homer of the season. As Atlanta finally gets on the board.
2-2.
Jazz Chisholm Jr. It's looking at a 2-2 count.
No, that's foul.
And that ball just went foul.
That's 3.
And a swing and a miss for a strikeout. Jordan Walker, the DH in the game.
One ball, 2 strikes.
Is it a 1-2 count?
2 balls, 2 strikes.
And he watches ball 2.
Nope, that's foul.
And just foul. Solid contact, but couldn't keep it fair.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
Another one just on the top of the zone. And he grounds to second onto first.
You're out.
And we head to the bottom half. Anthony Santander with a solo shot to put the Braves on the board and cut the deficit from 3 to 2. As Jake Berger wanted to talk a little bit more about his
Ball 2.
potential to be traded with all the prospects that we have in the minors. It might be a time to finally move
3
on
balls, 2 strikes.
from Jake Berger, who's been with the team for the last 3 years. Who's been very consistent. A very consistent home run hitter.
Take your base.
But it will all depend on how the record plays out. If he's hitting well, we're gonna keep him. And right now he's keeping us in ball games.
No, that's a ball.
As Robert Kyle looks at ball 2. And he flies out to left field for out number 1. And Parker Mesick comes in. Must be a long reliever. He has 40 innings pitched in 12 games, which is a lot. As Jordan Beck comes in.
2-2.
Doesn't get the chance to face lefties very often. As he flies out to center field for out number 2. It's Carson Williams.
Oh,
Not the most power, but has hit 2 home runs in the last 4 games. Flies out to right to end the 4th. And we're headed to the 5th. It's 3-1 Pizza Eaters. That's Carlos Jimenez.
hey.
Looks at strike 2.
Ball. Ball.
And
3 and
we
2.
got a full count.
Ball
And
4,
he
take your
lost
base.
him for a leadoff walk. Francisco Lindor with the single his last time up.
Ball.
Is 4 hits away from 2,200
Go.
for his
Ball
career.
3.
A very good player who has an outside chance of making the Hall of Fame. At least in the game. I don't know about real life, but still a little too soon to tell. And he is down on strikes for out number 1. As Victor Vodnik comes in to relieve Adam Mazier. Adam Mazier does not have a lot of stamina, so it's not terribly surprising. He's more of a long reliever type than a starting pitcher.
That's the ball. 2 balls, 1
As
strike.
Vodnik has had a great start to the season. through the first 2 months.
3-1.
Hunter Goodwin pops out to the second baseman for out number 2 in shallow right field. Corbin Carroll.
No, that's a ball.
That looked like it was on the corner, but the umpire thinks differently.
Ball 3.
And another one just outside the
3-1.
zone. It's a 3-1 count.
Right.
And that one got in there.
Full count.
Full count. Runner will be off with the pitch. And it's a line out, and it gets down for a 2-out single. It's Deuces Wild. 2 on, 2 out.
Ball 2.
And a 2-ball count now. It's a 2-1 count. And a fly out to right field. And it's caught to end the top half of the 5th. As we head to the bottom half. It'll be the top of the order for the Pizza Eaters. Justin Crawford. Grounds it over to third. On to first for out number 1. As Oli Cannoli had a 2-run homer back in the first inning
No, that's a ball.
to start the scoring for the Pizza Eaters. Is also leading the league in doubles. But pops out here to the third baseman for out number 2. And Villaforte singled up the middle for a 2-out single. His bat seems to finally be coming to life.
Ball.
Smash Tater. Is looking at a 2-1 count.
3 balls. 1 strike.
And now a 3-1 count.
Strike. Whoo.
And it's a full count. Runner will be off with the pitch. And it hits off the first baseman, but he recovers to make the final out of the inning. And we're headed to the 6th. Still 3-1. And Julio Rodriguez hits a hard ball into left center field. It's going to get down for a leadoff double. As Anthony Santander with a solo shot his last time up.
Yes.
Swings and misses at a ball nowhere near the zone. Only has 2 hits in the series, but they have both been long flies. And he is down on strikes. Jazz Chisholm Jr. comes to the plate.
Two and one. Runner! Hup.
And he takes off for
Two
third,
balls, two strikes.
but he can't get the tag down. It's a stolen base by Julio Rodriguez. And it's a ground ball to short. The runner's gonna score, and it's an off-target throw. An E6 by Carson Williams. And a throw over to first. But he's back in there safe.
Runner!
And
Two
he
balls,
takes off
one
for
strike.
second.
On the tag,
But he
leader.
is gunned down for the second out.
Hup.
And Jordan Walker swing and miss for strike two. And swing and miss for strike three as well. And we're headed to the bottom half. Atlanta comes another run closer. It's 3-2. As Tyler Wells comes in to replace the most recent pitcher. Looks like he's had a decent year. Not great, and not bad either. Is Dunkin' Donut looking for his first hit of the game. And he glides out to foul territory, but it's caught for out number one. Jake Berger pops out to second. For the second out. Robert Kyle.
2-1.
Well, makes contact, but fouls it off. And he flies out to center for out number three. And we're headed to the seventh. It's a 3-2 Pizza Eaters. As Lucas Ehrig makes an appearance. Signed a one-year deal in the offseason to help solidify this bullpen. As Carlos Jimenez fouls that back.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
And strike three for out number one.
No.
Francisco Lindor is dealing with a 3-1 count.
Take your base.
And that one just missed, so he walks. Hunter Goodman starts off with a full count.
That's 4.
And
Take your base.
he lost him as well. So he's just walked the last two batters, and now he's going to get replaced by Nick Sandlin. Can hopefully keep the damage to a minimum. As Corbin Carroll is up at the plate.
3-1.
And it's now 3-1 to Corbin Carroll. And he gets him to pop up to third.
Fly.
And it's going to be the infield fly roll. Atlanta fans do not like that rule at all. Thanks to a playoff game against the St. Louis Cardinals. I don't remember the exact year, but I think it was 2011 or 12.
Ball.
But as an Atlanta fan myself, I hate that rule. As he strikes out the other guy to send us to the home stretch. Fatville looking for some insurance. Jordan Beck.
That's a ball.
He's looking at a 2-2 count. And very solid contact, but foul.
Ball 3.
That's a full
3
count now.
balls. 2 strikes.
And he flies out, or pops out, to the first baseman in foul territory. And Carson Williams here had a RBI ground out. And tries to bunt. But can't keep it fair. And swings and misses at the very next pitch for out number 2. And Justin Crawford.
Hey.
Swing
1 ball.
and a
2
miss.
strikes. 2 balls. 2 strikes.
And swing and a miss for out number 3. And we're headed to the top of the 8th. It's 3-2 Pizza Eaters. In this pivotal Game 2 of this series. In this early season matchup.
3-2.
As Julio Rodriguez swings and misses for strike 2. And swing and a miss for out number 1. As Derek Nunez comes in. He's been giving up a lot of hits, but keeping the earned runs down for the most part. But keeping people from scoring.
Two and two.
As Anthony Santander has a 2-hit performance with a single. just Chisholm. MLB 23, the show's cover athlete. Still don't know how he ever got that. Flies out to left field.
He's good.
And he took a gamble there trying to move up 90 feet, but got lucky and made it. And Jordan Walker hits it right back up the middle. Hits the pitcher. Let's hope he's alright. And they're going to take him out for Orion Kierkeering. Not the greatest stats in the world, but been better as of late. As Jeremy Pena comes in to pinch hit with 2 outs in the top of the 8th and runners on the corners.
Oh.
And it's a hard hit ball and it gets through. As Jeremy Pena comes through and ties the ball game in the top of the 8th. It's now 3-3.
Ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike.
As Francisco Lindor takes ball 2. And flies out to end the top half, but the Braves come back and tie it in the top of the 8th. Let's see if the Pizza Eaters can come back and take the lead here against Pedro Figueroa. Having a very good year. He's been very good against right-handers. The 22.5 strikeout rate. Elizer? Some of these names, man. They fumble me. But Oli Cannoli.
Strike 2.
Swing and a miss.
1 and 2. That's 3.
And he is down on strikes. Villaforte. He's 2 for 3 in this game.
Ball. 2 balls, 2
Now
strikes.
2-2 count. And he singles for the 3rd time in the game. He's now 3 for 4. Looks like he's finally breaking out of that slump. As Mashed Tater
Oh,
is looking at ball
2
2.
and 1.
Is looking for his first hit of the series. And Mashed Tater mashes the tater to take the lead in the bottom half of the 8th. That is what he needed. Pizza Eaters up 5-3.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Dunkin' Donut looking for his first hit of the ball game.
That's the ball. 3-1.
And he gets it. It drops down in front of the right fielder for a 1-out single.
Two and one.
And that one gets away from the catcher, but no advance from the runner.
That's a
It's
ball.
Jake Berger.
Ball four.
Takes ball 4. Now 2 on with 1 out. Jose Leclerc comes in. And it's a 1-2 count.
Ball two.
Now 2-2.
2-2.
And Robert Kyle flies out to center. And the second baseman gets out there. That was short center field. And it's Jordan Beck. Looking to add a little insurance headed into the 9th, but cannot. But Mash Tater comes through big in the bottom half of the 8th with a 2-run jack. Or a 2-run Tater. Andrew Brantley unfortunately gave up a couple runs in his last outing, even though he got the save. Blew up his ERA a little bit. It was sitting at 180. But has been very good for the most part
1 strike.
of this season. As it's a 2-2 count to Hunter Goodman. And he grounds to short. Over to first for out number 1 in the top half of the 9th. As Corbin Carroll
2 balls, 2 strikes.
fouls that one back.
No.
And that one just missed.
3 balls.
The full
2
count.
strikes.
And he gets that one past Mash Tater for a 1-out double. For his 16th of the year. And Joseph Ortiz lines out to the second baseman. Thought that was going to be trouble there for a second. As Julio Rodriguez is the Braves' last chance.
2-1. Ball.
That one
3-1.
just missed.
Strike.
And right down the middle for a full count. Braves down to their last strike. And down on strikes, Andrew Brantley strands a runner at second. And the Pizza Eaters come back in dramatic fashion to take the lead in the bottom half of the eighth, after the Braves tie it in the top half of the eighth. Mash Tater with a 2-run homer to give the Braves, or not the Braves, but the Pizza Eaters, the lead. And the difference in the ballgame. Maybe this will help Mash Tater get off his little slump he's been having to start this season. But anyway, thank you for watching. Have a great day. And I realized I've been putting June when it's really only May. A little while ago. So, we'll be back with Tony Pepperoni here in probably like, not sure if it's going to be his next start or the one after that. I'm thinking the one after that, so we can get into the month of June. So, but Tony Pepperoni will be our next pitcher, because we're going to go in, we're going to do one pitcher at a time. So, till next time.